when I talk about 802.15.4, I have to tell you some background about 802 project. So the IEEE 802 project has been started to give the standards to different networking protocols and networking devices. So previously in the 802 working group, they are responsible for developing the standard. So they have developed the standard for LAN and MAN. Previously these are the two technology. What are those? LAN and local area network and metropolitan area network. So local area network is just the communication between a building or an organization. Metropolitan area network means it is a communication between two cities or within the cities. The whole cities can be covered in. So the ranges are different, the communication protocols are different. So in 802 IEEE 802 standard has been come up with the OSI layer, that is open system interconnection layer. In that particular layer, OSI layer, open system interconnection layer, there are 7 layers. Okay, so they have proposed 7 layers, and based on those 7 layers, each and every layer has defined different functionalities. So when I talk about OSI layer, what are the layers we have? Do you all know? So we have listed out, like we'll go from the physical layer, then data link layer, then network layer, transport layer, session, presentation, and application layer. So nowadays in the modern world, or when this OSI layer has been come up, this will work as a reference layer. This is not a working layer. Working layer are 5 layer protocol which we use nowadays. What are those layers? Again, the session layer, presentation layer, and application layer has been merged and made one application layer. That's all. So we have physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and application layer. Okay. So nowadays we are using 5 layer working protocol for network. Okay. In this particular, so we have okay, now this particular MAC layer, so we have physical layer, then data link layer. Data link layer has been divided into 2 parts. One part is link layer control and another is MAC protocol. Link layer control and MAC protocol. MAC is media access control protocol. So they have given some standard to it. 802 is responsible for widely used standards such as Ethernet. For the Ethernet, we have 802.3, and wireless LAN is 802.11. So we have different type of standard given in 802 project. When we talk about 802.11, what is that 802.11? That is your standard for Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi communication or Wi-Fi type technology has been used on that. In the Wi-Fi technology, the ranges are high. The communication, what we can say, data rate are very high in 802.11. But it is not low power communication. It is high power communication. It required more power. So for the devices like sensor network and all those IoT devices which has low power, we cannot use 802.11 all the time. We use for some part of the communication, but when we talk about sensor nodes and sensors to sensor communication, so 802.11 is not at all advisable. So 802.15.4 came into the picture. This 802.15.4 is a similar standard as 802.11. Is a similar standard, but there is the advantages. 802.15.4 is giving us the communication protocol which is applicable for low power nodes, and but the data rate is lesser than that. Data rate is lesser than that, but all the functionality of 802.11 was there. So when we talk about 802.11, it is a standard for WLAN, means wireless local area network. But when we talk about 802.11, it is for LRWPAN. What is LRWPAN? Low rate wireless personal area network. So when we talk about the range is less. So definitely if range is less, the network size is also lesser than the LAN. So it comes under personal area network, and it is for low rate. It is for low rate communication, where the communication speed is not much. So it is for LRWPAN, which is low rate wireless personal area network. Now let's go into 802.15.4. Now 802.15.4 give us the standards related to only two layers. What are those layers? Physical layer and data link layer. In the data link layer, it's specifically to MAC protocols, not the link layer control. Link layer control is same as the TCP IP. It is only responsible for making or manipulating the protocols or the functionality of two layers, physical layer and MAC layer. Okay, MAC layer is one part of data link layer. In this, what is the functionality? In this, all the devices has been categorized into two parts. Whatever devices we use for making the home automation or deploying the wireless sensor network for, let's say, fire detection or motion sensors in some battlefield. So for that, for those type of network, all devices are divided into two categories. One category is called FFD, which is fully functional device. Another is called reduced functional device. Fully functional device is working as a network coordinator also. It is just like making a leader in a network, and it will manage those network communication. Which one? Fully functional device. So one of the fully functional device can be act as a coordinator in the network. There is a reduced functional device. In the reduced functional device, what happen is their responsibility is to just sense the environment and send the data. Sense, send. That is the responsibility for reduced functional device. When we talk about full functional device, they are responsible for collecting the data, processing the data, and sending it to the network, other network. Means maybe through the gateway it will send to the internet. So that is the working principle of these two devices. All personal area network consists of at least one FFD which act as a PAN coordinator, which is responsible for maintaining the PAN. What I told you, one of the FFD will be full functional device, will work as a PAN coordinator. These reduced functional devices are responsible for directly obtain data from the environment and sending them to the PAN coordinator. This low functional devices or reduced functional devices, their work is to just sense the environment, generate the data, and send it to next device, whatever is available, whether it is a reduced functional device or full functional device. Let's say this. Let's assume this is a star topology. This is a type of a star topology where there is only one crucial point by which each and every devices are connected. This is a peer-to-peer type of topology. In this, each and every devices are approachable or can be reached from any of the other devices via intermediate devices, right? Here one device can communicate with another device through this center device, you can say, but here we doesn't need the center device to communicate, but here also we have a coordinator which is in the red, and we have some more nodes which can be act as a reduced functional device or fully function devices. So this is your peer-to-peer network. This is your cluster tree network. This look like a tree as well as cluster. Why? This is one cluster, this is one cluster, this is one cluster, all are connected to one center point. So this is your coordinator. These yellow are, all these yellows are full functional devices, but they are not coordinator. And what is there in the green are reduced function devices. So what is the work of reduced functional devices? The work of the reduced functional devices is to just sense the environment and send the data. What is the functionality of full functional devices? Full functional devices act as both router as well as sensor. So they are the sensors already, they are the sensors, all are sensors, right? But the devices has been categorized. Those are the sensors, they are also used to generate the data, but they will collect the data from the other reduced functional devices, process it and send it to another full functional devices. And those coordinator are nothing but a central entity which is responsible for managing all those network as well as to send the process data to the internet through the gateway. That is the responsibility of full functional devices. So 802.15.4 when we work on this particular protocol, so we have to manage the network in this particular form, and we have to make some of the devices as full functional devices, some of the devices as reduced functional devices. Do you all get it? Do you know what topology we use in the lab? We use a star topology. So in the labs also you have a type of network topology where each and every devices or each and every your standalone system is connected to one device, to one coordinator. Means all are communicating through one, which is your switch. So all are connected with a switch, and switch is responsible for connecting one device to another device. So that is the functionality we use in the lab. So that in the lab we use star topology. So star topology means one-to-one communication here to the coordinator. That is, so all the network, what is the goal of the network? The goal of the network is whatever the data we want to send to the network or to the internet, we have to give those data to the full functional device. That is the goal. Okay. Now here what is happening? Here, because these are the reduced functional devices, they will send directly to the PAN coordinator. Here also they generate the data and they send to the PAN coordinator. There is no problem in that. Here what is happening? Here these two devices can directly communicate with the full functional device, which is your coordinator, but this device cannot communicate directly with this. So what it will do is, it will send the data to the PAN coordinator and full functional device. This full functional device will again send to that particular coordinator. Here what is happening? Here we have clusters, and these full functional device working as a cluster head, So these reduced functional device will send the data to the full functional device. Full functional device will generate its own data also, process other data, and this data will communicate to the coordinator. That is the working of this topology. In this topology, how this works. Do you all get it? This is the working principle of 802.15.2.